Hey guys, Trev here from SpineWise, and today I want to break balance down for you and start talking to you about some simple tests that you can do at home to help determine what is the cause of balance problems. Because you see that balance isn't a simple thing. We've got many different types of balance. We've got balance with your eyes open, balance with your eyes closed, balance when you're walking, balance when you're on one leg, balance when you're jumping, balance when you're landing, balance when you're climbing over something, and these are all involve different mechanisms. So I'm going to keep it really simple today. We're going to talk about static balance. This is balance of what's happening when you're actually not moving. So there's three simple steps to looking at balance in terms of the way the brain interprets it. So step one is probably the least that people are aware of, and step one really is vision. So our vision is really critical for it, and in order to work out where balance is and how it may be influencing your system, there's a quick little test we can do. I'm going to give you three tests all up that allow you to break down each of these areas I'm going to discuss that you can assess at home yourself. So the first one itself is our visual thing. So we actually take lines. So we look at the horizon, we look at the corners of doorways like we've got here, and we look at those straight lines and we compare them to where we are to work out whether or not we're moving and how we orientate with those straight lines. And this is actually one of the most significant ways that we regulate our balance, is actually visually. The second way that we look at balance has to do with our sensation from our feet. So when you feel the surface of the ground, you feel where the pressure is forward, backwards, right or left on your feet, and that helps us determine again where our balance is. The third one then is gravity. Where is gravity? And this is the thing that most people associate with balance, and that is where is gravity? And this is basically controlled by your hearing, well, not your hearing as such, but your what we call your vestibular system, which is part of your auditory complex. So there's a key nerve going through there called your vestibulocochlear nerve that looks after both your hearing and your balance as such. Now the reason balance is so important is not because we need to stand upright as such, but balance is what allows us to know where we are in space. So when you start talking about wanting to get somewhere, so if I want to get from here to the wall, in order to know how far I'm going to move towards the wall, I need to know where I'm starting from. So in order to do that, you need to have good sense of where you are yourself. And in order to do that and create a three-dimensional image, your brain needs 2 points of reference. And this is why so many people who don't have good 2 points of reference will start looking at touching things when they're walking. So you'll see it all the time when people are dizzy and they'll do this kind of thing. They're not actually holding themselves up. What they're actually doing is just creating a second point of reference. So with their feet on the floor and touching a wall at the same time, they've now got 2 points of reference, which allows them to just kind of improve their mechanism of where they are in space. So for us, the simple way the brain does this is it looks at where is gravity, compares it to where is the floor, puts them both together and works out a three-dimensional image of where you are from all that. But there's a lot of moving parts to it. So how do we break this down to work out what might be the cause or where your deficiencies may be in balance? So here's a few simple tests for you that you can do. Test number one is to stand with your feet together and just look straight. Okay? And what we should be able to do when we're standing feet together looking straight is you should stand still. There should be no wobbling, there should be no movement, and really what we're assessing is everything together. We're assessing where is gravity, where is the floor, and what is my vision. So you're talking about integration. So this is something often referred to as a cerebellar issue if we're wobbling all over the place, but this is a really key thing for vision. So if we now close our eyes and take that out of the equation, now we become more dependent upon where is the floor. So we start feeling for pressure on our feet, left, right, forward and backwards to work out where we are in space. So now when we close our eyes, the question is, do we stay exactly as we were or are we wobbling more? If we're wobbling more, then we know that we're using vision quite predominantly. We're not getting enough sensory input from the feet. The third step to doing this is to take the floor away now. So to get yourself a piece of foam, so we've got an old pillow here that we're just going to use. I'm going to put that foam on the floor, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand on it with my feet together. And now when I stand on it together, if I close my eyes, and now we find that I lean off to one side constantly, or my balance gets really bad, then what we're really seeing is that our sense of where gravity isn't working very well. So we've got vision, sensory input from the feet, where is gravity? Okay, so they're the three tests that you can do at home. So number one, stand with your feet firmly together, look straight ahead. Is your balance fine? Close your eyes. Does your balance get worse? And the third one then is stand on a piece of foam or even on your mattress. Make sure you're safe in case you fall over. stand on the piece of foam, close your eyes, and then see if you tend to wobble in one direction or not. All of these three things together can help us piece together whether your balance issues are a visual problem, a sensory issue, or whether perhaps they're a where is gravity issue of the vestibular problem, which is what we get from the foam. So anyway guys, it'll take you a total of about 3 or 4 minutes to do all of those tests in one go. Make sure you got someone around you when you're doing them, please, just in case. Some people have balance issues that they don't really recognize because the system adapts so incredibly well to it. So we just want to make sure that there's someone around you when you're doing it, just in case you do happen to fall, that you can be caught by somebody. We don't want anyone getting hurt on the floor. But if you have any issues with balance in any of those key areas, post them up, let me know which one is you, and I'll give you some advice on what you might be able to do. Anyway guys, shall I speak to you in the next vid? See you guys, bye for now.